In a significant development, the European Council President Charles Michel announced that 27 European Union countries have sealed a deal to provide an aid package of €50 billion to Ukraine's war-ravaged economy. The decision came despite staunch objection from Hungary and the threats to veto the move. Michel clarified that the aid is not intended to fight off Russia, rather it is aimed at setting up Ukraine for further membership. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has emphasized on the need to weaken the Iran-backed militias responsible for recent attacks on U.S. forces and ships in the Middle East. The U.S. further hinted at strikes on Iranian personnel and facilities. Austin further said that the U.S. is preparing to take significant action in response to the death of 3 U.S. service members in Jordan. In another incident, the U.S. administration has approved plans for multi-day strikes in Iraq and Syria. The report followed days of conjecture after Biden explained how the U.S. will retaliate to the Jordan strikes. However, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin told the reporters that the U.S. would work to avoid any further conflict with Iran. South Korea's military detected North Korea firing multiple cruise missiles into waters of its western coast on Friday. This added another provocative move amid escalating tensions with the United States, South Korea, and Japan. The missile launches occurred shortly after North Korean leader Kim Jong-un reaffirmed his commitment to strengthen his naval forces at a western shipyard. Kim earlier visited a shipyard in Nampo after a series of weapons demonstrations in January that further increased tensions with the rivals. Former Prime Minister Imran Khan's wife Bushra Bibi, who was sentenced to 14 years imprisonment in the Toshakhana case, has been moved to Islamabad residence of her husband. Khan's residence has been partly turned into jail. The former lady surrendered voluntarily before the Accountability Court in Rawalpindi's Adiala jail, where the National Accountability Bureau team took her into custody. Further, the Islamabad Chief Commissioner issued a notification declaring the residence of convict Bushra Bibi in Banigala as sub-jail until further orders. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with Kenyan Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs at the State Department on Thursday. The officials highlighted the long-standing strategic partnership between the two countries. Blinken expressed gratitude for the relationship with Kenya and called it a key democratic partner. He further said that he is looking forward to work together on the bilateral ties and opportunities to address regional and global challenges. Blinken also lauded Kenya's effort to promote peace and security in the region. Anjuman Intizamiya Masjid Committee that manages the Gyanvapi Mosque complex has appealed to the Muslim community to keep their shops closed on Friday in protest against puja performed in the southern salar of the mosque. The retaliation came a day after a district court allowed to perform puja in Vyas ka Tehkhana. Meanwhile, security beefed up in the state as people gathered in the mosque to offer Friday namaz. A day after Jharkhand CM Hemant Soren was arrested by ED officials on money laundering charges, the officials claimed that Soren had illegally acquired and possessed 12 adjacent land parcels in Ranchi measuring 8.5 acres. The federal agency made the claim while producing Soren before a special Prevention of Money Laundering Act court in Ranchi, which sent the JMM leader to judicial custody for a day even as ED sought his 10-day custody.